Hello, I'm Erik Dancy, and in this video we'll take a look at Arban Etude number 31, one of the Missouri All-State Band audition excerpts. First, let's hear the complete etude. Now let's break down a few things that will help you prepare this successfully. Etude number 1 comes from Arban's Complete Method for the Trombone, a staple book to add to your collection for any aspiring trombone player. This etude is one of several Arban studies that's built around the dotted 8/16 rhythm, with this particular study being in 6/8 time. Arban himself tells us that these studies should be played with a light staccato, a relaxed right hand, and smooth slide motion. That's really the heart of this etude. So if you haven't already, please take care of your slide with water and slide lubricant. Now let's look at some specific practice tips. Practice tip number 1, master the rhythm. And there are 3 ways that I like to try this. The first one is to take the 16th note out completely and play the 3 notes as 3/8 notes. It should sound like a triplet since it's in 6/8 time. Like this. This will help you place that 16th note in time much better down the road. The second way that I like to do this is to play the dotted 8th note as 3/16 notes and then add in the actual 16th note when it changes, like this. And then there's the third way, which is to take the dotted 8th note out and just play the 16th note leading into the next beats of the measure, like this. Practice tip number 2, sing the line and move the slide. Don't worry about whether or not you're a trained singer. The goal here is not to have a perfect vocal performance, but to start developing an internal sense of musical phrase shape and good places to breathe. If you are able to sing through the line accurately, it will help your sense of pitch and intonation, but just be sure to start wherever you're comfortable, even if it's just verbalizing the line. Also, while you're singing, move your slide at the same time the notes are supposed to move. This will help you develop a good sense of slide technique, because the last thing we want is any goopy sounds in between the notes. As you descend through the phrases, consider adding slight crescendos. As the phrase ascends, consider adding slight decrescendos, unless the dynamics are marked as they are in measure 3 and 4. But otherwise, consider those things as you prepare. Here's an example of what I'm talking about. Da 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 da. Practice tip number 3. Clear articulation gives clear intention. One of the biggest challenges in this etude is to keep every articulation as consistent as you can. We don't really want notes to sound heavy or sometimes even just disappearing. So let's aim for a light, clear articulation that sounds the same from beginning to the end of the study. A solid da tongue should do it, not really a heavy ta tongue or a light la tongue. And I find that sometimes practicing each phrase on one note to focus on this really works wonders. Maybe something like this. Bonus tip. Slow down and pay attention to the details. Choose your starter, whether it's a tuner, a metronome, or a recording device. All three of these tools can help you slow things down, catch the details, catch the mistakes before they become really poor habits. Or maybe you have one of those apps that can do all three of those things. More power to you if that's you. I've found that slowing things down helps me find all of the things like alternate positions, dynamic changes, and articulation changes so that my mind has a chance to process those things. Once I've processed them, I'm now developing good habits rather than bad habits, having to go back and fix things. All three of these tools can help you do that. The biggest thing is that you have to remember that this is not a checklist. Don't just say, oh, I practiced with the metronome today, I'm good. Oh, I practiced with the tuner today, oh, I'm good. Oh, look, I recorded myself. Yay me, good job. Those three tools just making a checklist don't get the job done. Using them as guides for your practice to show you where you're making mistakes and how to fix them is the real goal of what's going on here. So I'm going to demonstrate now using my app that can do all three of them. It's going to play a drone on the high D, and then I'm going to turn the metronome on to keep my time honest. And I'm going to play a little bit of this last line that goes back and forth to those high Ds, sometimes in the fourth position there. So here it goes.
One, two, three, four, five, six.
Watching this video alone will not win you the audition. You still have to put in the work, you still have to seek feedback, and you have to be honest in your preparation as you go along your journey. I was in your shoes once, preparing and participating in these auditions here as a student in Missouri. And now, as a music teacher and a freelancing trombonist in the Kansas City area, I've helped other students prepare for these auditions as well. My goal here is simply to give you some ideas and some tools that might help you in your preparation. Happy practicing!